through 6. So enough of me talking. Let's get started. Let me pull up the book. Oh, if I can find it. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. Am I sharing this right now?
I don't see anything yet.
Okay, let me exit out of that. It's not. Okay, there we go. Share. Okay. I am gonna start off. Miss Miranda, would you mind doing "Keep Going, My Darlings"?
Yes.
Read up into that point.
Yes.
And then let me see how long the chapter is before. Okay, yeah, these are only a few pages, so then you all can read from that point. Okay, chapter 6, The Race. Now there began a desperate race, the machines against the foxes. In the beginning, the hill looked like this, and it gives us an illustration. After about an hour, as the machines bit away more and more soil from the hilltop, it looked like this. So you can see the two pictures looking pretty different. Sometimes the foxes would gain a little ground and the clanking noises would grow fainter. And Mr. Fox would say, "We're going to make it. I'm sure we are." But then a few moments later, the machines would come back and then at them, and the crunch of the mighty shovels would get louder and louder. Once the foxes actually saw the sharp metal edge of one of the shovels as it scraped up the earth just behind, just behind them. There you go.
Keep going, sorry. Keep going, my darlings, panted Mr. Fox. Don't give up. Keep going, the fat Bogus shouted to Bunce and Bean. We'll get him any moment now. Have you caught any sight of him yet? Bean called back. Not yet, shouted Bogus, but I think you're close. I'll pick him up with my bucket, shouted Bunce. I'll chop him to pieces. How far did you want me to go?
That's fine. You could just call on someone else to read.
Okay, let's see. Who wants to read? Nikayla, I saw your hand up first. Go ahead. Oh, don't forget to unmute yourself.
Do I supposed to start where it said the farmers?
Right here, honey, but by lunchtime.
But by lunchtime, the machines were still at it, and so were the poor foxes. The hill now looked like this. The farmer didn't stop for lunch. They were too keen to finish their job.
Okay, let's pause right there. Can someone tell me or take a risk and help us understand, what does the word keen mean? The farmers didn't stop for lunch. They were too keen to finish the job.
What do you think keen?
Let's see.
Esteban?
Mama.
Esteban, can you tell us what keen means? We can't hear you.
You sound really muffled, Esteban.
Maybe concentrated.
Maybe concentrated. Anybody else want to take a risk? They were too keen to finish the job. Concentrated. Felix, go ahead. Take a risk.
Maybe too tired?
Maybe too tired. Okay, let's look at what it means. I'm going to highlight it. Having or showing eagerness or enthusiasm. So not being tired, Felix, but being actually excited. So you on roadblocks and you getting really, really close to capturing that egg, and your mom say, well, you look very keen to try to capture the egg. That means that you're very excited. You really don't want to stop in the moment because you know you're so close to getting the job done. Okay, so I think concentrated goes along what you said with what you said, Esteban. Okay, now who's gonna read the next two paragraphs? Reading with fluency and expression. Logan, I don't think you got a chance to read aloud much.
Hey, hey there, Mr. Fox! Yelled Bunce, leaning out of his tractor. We're coming to get you now. You've had your last chicken, yelled Boggs. You'll never come prowling around my farm again. A short madness had taken a hold of the three men. The tall, skinny bean and doorfish, pot-billed bunts were pot-bellied bunts were driving their machines like mechanics, racing.
Logan, slow down some, okay? I want you to start back at a sort of madness. Slow down.
A sort of madness had taken a hold of the three men. The tall, skinny bean and doorfish pot-bellied bunts were driving their machines like maniacs, racing the motors and making the shovels dig at the terrific speed. The fat Boggis was hopping about like a hopping about like a dervish and shouting faster, faster, faster.
Thank you.
By 5 o'clock in the afternoon, by 5 o'clock in the afternoon, this is what had happened to the hill.
Okay, good job. Oh. Thank you. Look at the hill. Everybody take a second and look at the hill. I heard somebody say, oh, look at this hill. What these caterpillar tractors have done. Okay, now let's have, let's see. Is JV on here? JV. Let's see, I have a chat. JV, go ahead and read this next paragraph, please.
Can you wait a second?
Okay, we'll have someone else go. Emmanuel, can you go ahead and read this next paragraph?
He looks frozen.
Is mine frozen? I'm trying to make
sure. No. Oh, there he goes.
Okay.
Emmanuel, did you hear us?
No, it was too laggy.
Oh, could you read this next paragraph?
Yeah. The hole the machines had dug was like a crater of a volcano. It was such an extraordinary sight that crowds of people came rushing out of the surrounding villages to have a look. They stood on the edge of the crater and stared down at Boggis and Bonds and Bean.
Okay, stop right there. Let's pause for a second. I want you all to take a second to reread that paragraph, and I want someone in their own words to tell me what is happening. So I'm gonna say the directions again. Reread this paragraph and tell me what just happened, and you can use your illustrations to help. Once you have your thoughts, give Ms. Williams a silent thumb.
I'm typing it in the chat just in case you need to read it again. Let's see.
Let me see my chat box. It's really hard for me to see the chat. I can't really see the chat because of.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Thank you. I see Nikayla's reading it. Looks like Elena is reading it. I want someone in their own words to tell us what's going on. Okay, let's spend about 30 more seconds.
I think Emmanuel's ready. Anyone else ready?
So Emmanuel's ready. Anybody else?
Felix is ready.
Felix ready. Silent thumb. Okay.
Logan's ready.
If you don't know, just try to get some type of thought in your head. Okay. Let's have Christian. How about you share out in your own words? What just happened in this paragraph? What's going on? Tell us what's going on.
What's happening is it looks like that they're surrounding villagers.
Okay. What about the surrounding villagers? What are they doing?
To have a look.
Okay. Somebody want to add on to that to have a look? Elena, go ahead and add on. What's going on here?
I think what's going on here is that they're digging in this.
So they digging in a hole.
Mm-hmm.
And who's looking down on them right now? Evan, who's looking at them right now?
The people from the village.
Okay, good. So what's going on right now is the farmers are still digging with these Caterpillar tractors. And now they've dug so deep that they've gotten people around, the villagers around the area, the woods, as we know that's the setting. They have got their attention. And so now we want to figure out what's going to happen next. So Demaya, can you go ahead and read the hey there, hey there? Can you read this next bit, birthday girl?
Hey there, Buggies. What's going on?
Okay, remember, Demaya, we got to read with some expression, okay?
Hey there, Buggies. What's going on? We're after the fox. You must be mad. The people joined and laughed. But this only made the three farmers more furious and more abusive.
Let's all say, well, never mind. Obstinate.
Optus.
Yes, this made them want to go even, want to try to get it done even more, okay?
Okay.
There. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read this last, oh, sorry. I missed the whole part. I'm going to read this. Wait. What must be? Oh, okay. I'll read the last piece. So the people The people jeered and laughed, but this only made the 3 farmers more furious and more obstinate and more determined than ever not to give up until they had caught the fox. Okay, that is all that we'll be reading today, and the reason why is because we are going to do some questions based off of text. So, everybody go ahead and get our pencil and paper. We're going to spend the next 10 minutes, and I'm going to check in with us to answer these questions. Let's see. Let me put a timer on my phone. And what's going to happen is, in a minute. So really, if you're doing this on pace, it should be really like 2 minutes per question. And really the short answer and the long answer should take. Miss Williams will go back into the text, but what I want you to do is I want you to kind of try them on your own for the first maybe 5 minutes, and then maybe you all can work together for the last 5 minutes to try to get them done. So let me repeat my directions. For the next minute, you're going to do these questions. We may not get done with the long answer, but I really want it to be done. We're going to spend 5 minutes of just trying to work on them, and then as a group, we're going to come up with the answers together, or you all are going to come up with the answers. And then we'll finish the discussion by going over the answers. Are there any questions? I'm trying to be innovative here. I don't know if I want us to say the answer out loud or drop it in the chat. How about us drop it in the chat?
Or
what? You got an idea, Miss Miranda?
maybe like have everyone put up a number. So if they said A, they could put 1.
Right. Thank you. You got my. This is why you always need a team. Look at how Miss Miranda. Okay. So 1 is A, 2 is B, C is 3, D is 4. I think we've done this enough for us to get this.
Yeah, I'll put the number.
According to Mr. Fox, what can a fox do? Thank you, Miss Miranda. Quicker than a man. And everybody, please vote.
So hold up 1, 2, 3, or 4 fingers based on the answer that you put. So thank you to Maya. Thank you, Evan. Thank you, Esteban. Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you, Logan and Christian and Felix and Michaela. If you don't have your camera on, if you could type it in.
So I see 2.
I'm waiting on 2. Yeah.
Elena, Evan. I see Nikki.
I think Elena's frozen. Oh, there she goes. She's moving again.
Logan, did you vote? I didn't see it. I'm sorry. Okay. Nikayla, can you tell us what answer you chose and why? Make sure you unmute.
I chose the answer B.
You chose C?
D.
D? So according to Mr. Fox, what can a fox do quicker than a man? What made you choose jump based off what we read? What were you thinking when you chose this?
What made me chose D is because when it said a fox do quicker than a man, because sometimes foxes jump to make them like when they run, they jump sometimes.
Okay. Anybody want to respectfully agree or disagree with Nikayla and why? Let's have somebody agree or disagree and why.
Have you heard from Felix today?
No, Felix, go ahead.
I respectfully disagree with you, Nikayla, because I think the answer is B, big.
Okay, can you tell us how you got B?
How I got B was going, well, I remember in one of the chapters when they were trying to escape and Mr. Fox said, why didn't I think of this before? A fox can dig quicker than a man.
Nikayla, did you hear that?
Yes.
Okay, so Nikayla, what I think you did is you made a small mistake. You were thinking more so based off real life experiences. Remember, this is a fictional text, right? So we're not really thinking about a fox being able to jump quicker than a man. We want to base everything off our question. I can answer questions based off our text, okay? So you have to make sure that you're not thinking about real life, what a fox can really do, but you have to go back to the story and think about what the chapter said. So now, with a thumbs up or thumbs down, do we agree with Felix? Felix said that he thinks a fox can dig quicker than a man. Let's do a real rip around. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Okay. The correct answer is da, 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 da. Let me circle it. Uh-oh. Text, draw. Okay. The correct answer is B. Good job, Felix. Okay, let's do the next one. Well, good job, everyone who got that right. Which word is not used to describe the caterpillar tractors? Ooh, we did this one last week. You have to go back to, you have to, 1, 2, 3, or 4.
I see Demaya. I see
Felix, Demaya.
Logan.
Waiting for some more Logan, you okay? Elena, we can't really see your hand, Elena. Can you put it up again?
I have a very bad joke. Evan's a big fan of this story because it's a fan. I'm sorry, that was really bad.
That was a good one, though.
I miss telling y'all bad jokes.
Okay, can somebody unmute themselves and tell us what they think the answer is and why?
Anyone.
I think the answer is C.
You think the answer is what?
C.
See, okay, somebody else jump on, tell us what they think the answer is.
JV, what do you think?
3.
You think the answer is C2? Okay, anybody else?
I said 3.
Yep, 3 is C.
3 is C.
Oh, C.
I think 3 too.
So as a group, do we agree with C? Somebody disagree, unmute yourself and tell us.
Yes.
Oh, I meant 2.
Who said 2?
I said 2.
Let's see. Birthday girl, tell us why C is the correct answer.
Because Chubby,
They are bigger. They're way
you
bigger.
can't really explain Chubby for like a tractor because not really chubby, just tractor.
So you use prior knowledge to help you out. You thought about kind of what I call as common sense. Well, when we think about tractors, we wouldn't describe it using the word tractor. Also, they didn't say it in the text. They said big, they said huge. I mean, they use things that describe it being like very large. And chubby is not one of those things.
Yeah, Chubby is like a baby.
Yeah, chubby is like a baby. Good job, Demaya. Thank you. Okay, can I have who haven't I heard from much today? Miss Miranda, who haven't we heard from much?
Felix. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I just saw Felix. What do you mean? What do you mean by what do you mean, Felix?
Yeah. Felix, are you typing, or you can just unmute yourself
Yeah,
and
you can
ask?
unmute.
That way it's easier for us. Can you hear us, Felix? Okay, what do you mean by that?
Oh, to Esteban. Oh, okay. I see what's going on.
Okay, never mind. He just wanted us to figure it out on ourselves. Let's see. Evan, can you read number 3 and tell us what you wrote down?
Why do the people watching the race at the end of chapter 6 cheer and laugh at the farmers?
Tell us what you wrote down.
I wrote the people cheered and laughed at the farmers because they didn't catch the fox.
Okay. Let's see. Christian, can you tell us what you wrote down? Thank you, Evan.
Oh, what I wrote down was what I wrote down is what I wrote down was they were like
Did you write anything down, buddy? You want to phone a friend, Christian?
yeah.
Okay, make sure next time we make it sure that we're writing down stuff. And if we need time, we have to let us know, okay? Because when we call on you and you don't have an answer, it looks like you're not prepared. And I don't think that's true, okay?
Ms. Williams,
Yes.
is it okay if we look at the end of chapter 6 just so people can look? I'll go ahead and I type the question into the chat so people can look at it again.
Okay. This is the end of chapter 6. So
I think that page you were on was
it was fine. Okay.
because you actually highlighted it.
Yeah.
If everyone wants to take a look.
Christian, do you have an answer for us now? Anybody else want to help him out?
Yeah.
Just who hand is that?
I see Esteban's hand up. I see Emmanuel's hand up.
Elena, we haven't heard from you, honey. Can you give us a risk?
Don't forget to unmute.
Unmute yourself.
I didn't get to do this question.
Okay, well, we on the question right now. So why do you think that the people laughed at the villagers were laughing at the farmers based off what Miss Williams highlighted, honey?
I think they laughed and cheered at the farmer because he was more famous and more obvious.
Okay, I like the risk. Not quite, okay?
Okay.
Good risk.
I got a question from Nikayla. She asked, what does obstinate mean?
Is when you refusing to stop doing something. The three farmers, the 3 farmers more furious and more stubborn. So basically, they were not trying to stop, even though they were hungry and tired. Even though the foxes were, the villagers were laughing at them. So let's go back to the question, and I'm going to answer it because it seems like we're having trouble with this. Why do the people watching the race at the end of chapter 6 jeer and laugh at the farmers? Okay. Esteban, I see your hand, but I'm just going to answer it for the sake of time. We're already past 1 o'clock. The people were jeering and laughing at the farmers. Of course, it's going to do this. They could not.
I wish it was easier to type on PDF.
Right. Ms. Miranda, do you have anything that you might want to add to this?
Also, probably because what was I gonna say? They're using these huge giant machines and destroying a hill. So also because they are using huge tractors and destroying a hill just to catch a little fox. I mean, if I saw someone doing that, I think they were crazy too.
So I want people to be adding to what they got. Okay. And for the sake of time, we are going to pause there. I'm respectful of everybody's time. It's already 1:02 and we have to do Q&A. But I want to, let's see, I'm going to choose 2 people to share out what they wrote at the beginning of our lesson on Wednesday. Any 2 people want to volunteer for number 4? And if you didn't get number 4 done, remember this will be on YouTube, so you will need to get it done. Let's see, any 2 volunteers?
Let's see. I see Emmanuel's a volunteer.
Okay, Emmanuel, you could share out Wednesday. And who else? Anybody else? Once again, we're getting ready for 4th grade. Got to be able to answer these questions.
This is a personal experience too, so let's just talk about a time you.
Logan, you want to share out too? Okay, so Logan and Emmanuel, I need to make myself a note. And if Miss Williams or Miss Miranda forget, please remind us. We got a lot to do all the time. Okay, cool. So I think that's it for that. Let's come back together. Oh my gosh.
Look at y'all, I just want to squeeze your faces.
I see some of us are saying, Miss Williams, I got what you said, what you typed in different words. That's perfect. If you can get what Miss Williams typed and you put that in your own words, Miss Miranda and Miss Williams came up with, that means that you are literally on track to where you need to be. That is really, really good. Okay. So last but not least, questions, closing announcements, and then saying goodbye in our language. And I have this even less than half of us, but in honor of what we've started on our tradition, a few things. First of all, happy birthday again, Demaya. Miss Miranda's birthday is on Friday, so you might want to send Miss Miranda a text or something nice because we are quarantining. She won't be able to do much. So yes, and in honor of us saying goodbye in a different language. So starting tomorrow, I want to challenge you all to Get online. Look up ways that you can say goodbye. It can be in sign language. It can be using doing a nonverbal, or it can be using a different language. Okay? Christian, yes. Question before I give mine.
This is not really a question, but I use this thing called Google Translate on Google. So it's like one side you type in English and then another, let's say Spanish.
Okay. So yeah, so if you want to get on like Google Translate and look up another way to say goodbye, I would challenge, and I think that would be really fun for you to actually do once maybe you finish up with some work. You on YouTube or Google, you can easily say different ways to say goodbye. And maybe we can start, once we get tired of goodbye, we can do hello. Demaya, I saw your hand.
It's not really a question, so that's why I put my hand back down.
Okay, if you have a comment, you can say it too, honey.
For my birthday, this cake is going to be an Oreo cake.
Are you showing us or are you telling us? You getting the Oreo cake? Hey, Isaac, I see you just got on. Make sure that you oh, okay. That's nice. Looks good. Isaac, make sure that you get on YouTube and review the lesson because we're finishing. Okay. Now, Miss Williams went to, Demaya, go ahead and mute yourself for me. Miss Williams went to Cuba a few years ago, and in Cuba, we learned how to say goodbye and they use a different form of Spanish. So the way that we say goodbye in Cuba is by saying ciao. So that one is not too hard to practice. Practice ciao, 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 ciao. It's like you eat, but yeah, ciao.
Like that in Italian.
You said they say that in Italian?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Felix, not that way of ciao. It's like this. Let me type it in. Because remember, we're all learning new things. Ciao. But you say it like chow, like C-H-O-W. So let's all say ciao.
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 Take the steps off mute.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao. Ciao.
Ciao.
Two.
Peace. Ciao.
Three.
Ciao.
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 Ciao. Ciao.
Ciao.
Y'all are silly.
Cow.
Demaya.
Cowboys.
Ciao, team, ciao.
Cowboys.
Did she leave?
Ciao. Ching. Ciao.
Demaya left
Oh.
without sharing her cake.
Ciao, ciao, ciao,
Ciao.